Welcome back, viewers. This is our episode number 47. And today we are going to discuss something that is bothering everyone. Most of our clients that come to us, everyone is busy being unique in this entire scenario of social media, internet, and everybody is doing the same thing. Everyone is trying to be the same, but they at the same time they want to be unique. There's too much pressure on people. That people are
They want to
stressed
be
out.
like this diary. They call themselves unique, but it's all a sticker.
It's all the sticker. So, and it is a common problem. Like Anmol and I, we face as a marketing agency. At a marketing firm like ours, we keep getting clients, and all of them are super stressed out. They are worried about being unique, about how do they stand out in the market, because everybody is doing the same thing. Simple example, Anmol, like we had a client who was selling achar, remember?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
how
Everyone
do
is selling
you
aam ka achar.
Everyone is selling आम का अचार. Everyone is selling वही वो भरवा अचार.
Bharwa achar.
This and that. How can you make achar unique? You cannot. Your product cannot be unique. And so this is where people start stressing out and they start doing stupid things. And I come from and I work in an industry, and Mol knows and I always bring this is hotels and
The best
restaurants.
example.
Yeah, so and we had some clients, if you remember, Anmol, like who were into restaurants and all, and if it's in front of everybody these days, how people who are entering restaurants, and they are doing all sort of stupid things to make this restaurant stand out and make it unique. And
They will put a hanging something in the entrance
yeah, I
just to
mean,
make it unique.
just so
Or,
that
or,
they
Ashwin, your best example. They will put a big lion in front of the gate.
that irritates me to no level. But what irritates me more and more is they'll take up a very beautiful dish which is already very good, and they'll try to reinvent it, and they'll pardon my French, they'll fuck it up big time. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because round wheels are so common, so let's make a square wheel.
square wheel. Yeah, I'll make an octagon wheel.
Though it is
And
not functional, but yeah, it makes me
इट
laugh.
इज फंक्शनल. आई मीन वो यार वो समोसा लेके समोसा आइसक्रीम बना देंगे, आइसक्रीम सैंडविच बना देंगे, फ्राइड आइसक्रीम बना देंगे. समोसे में से धुआं
You
निकल रहा
know
है.
what I hate the most with momos? Kurkure momo, ye
Kurkure
momo.
momos. I mean, look at. Sorry, I know Anmol, he's your friend. Wow momos, but
Yeah.
that is one brand which actually irritates me a lot. I hope they're not seeing this. I mean, even
Yes,
if they
yes,
see
yes.
it, but it is an honest feedback to from me to them. Is what is Mo Burger? What is Momo Pizza? What is chocolate Momo? Why do you have to take such a beautiful dish like Momo, which is already so good, and spoil it? I mean, why do you have to inject chocolate into a bloody Momo? How is it Momo?
Exactly. It does not make sense at all.
अभी तक यार फ्राइड मोमो तक फिर भी समझ में आता है, वो ऑथेंटिक है, टिबेटन जैसे खाते
Authentic.
हैं, है ना? मतलब ठीक है, चलता है. अरे तुम
Authentic. One word you
ऑथेंटिक.
said. Authentic. Not take the authenticity of something.
Let's not take the authenticity away. So the point that Anmol and I we are trying to make over here is you don't have to stress on having a USP. You know,
Yes, right.
yeah, I mean USP. This is an acronym or an abbreviation that is killing most of the business and giving heart attack. I
And
mean, it's
even,
killing people in
Ashwin,
many
not
different ways.
just
Yeah.
the owner stressed about it, but whenever we go and talk to someone, even
Yeah.
pitch a client, they ask us, "What is your USP?" Yeah, what
What
is
is
the
it?
USP? We are marketers. We are helping you market your business. What is
Yes,
our
I
USP?
mean,
Why are you asking this?
why does it have to be? I mean, see, to stand out, you don't have to have two horns on your
Yes.
head. I mean, look at, I mean, a simple example is people on Instagram or social media these days, all these wannabe influencers, wannabe people, they are doing all sort of stupid stuff to stand out.
Yeah,
And
I will give you one of the best examples. Like these days, as you guys know, I've been riding a lot.
yeah.
People are putting bunny or something on their helmet.
Ah,
For what sake?
Pikachu,
Pikachu.
Pikachu. My kid loves those helmets.
No, we love those helmet, but you recently heard what that Pikachu did to that guy who was riding from Bangalore to somewhere.
No,
That
I don't
Pikachu
know.
thing came out to the helmet and he got crashed.
Oh, no. Yeah,
So
that happened. So
you
that
are
is
taking
unsafe.
away the functionality of the helmets.
Exactly. I mean, why? So, I mean, why do you have to see? The point is, Anmol, like, people don't have to be unique. I mean,
Right,
you. I mean, people are killing themselves. They're killing the business.
right,
They're spending extra money just to make it unique. Think, oh, how can I stand out, and all that crap that people are getting into, and they're ruining their business, they're ruining their lives, and they are developing all sorts of disease because their business is not doing well. They get
right, right.
stressed out, they put their lives earning in it. So
And there is a very good thing that the podcast that has been launched, with our episode number 45. You guys go and check that out. So
hmm.
in that episode also, they have consulted more than 350 startups. They told the same. Why
Hmm.
startups get killed is because they want to be someone new in the market. They want to
Ah,
innovate. They just want
I
to
mean,
do something that, you know.
exactly. If you remember the series Pictures,
Yes, pictures.
yeah, there's this guy. We are selling pillows. We're not selling anything but only pillows.
Pillows.
Our pillows. I mean, like we are pillow people. I mean, like this is what like this is a great example of how
Right.
people into who are getting into startup for the
Is
sake
what
of
it is, so functional, simple and functional. But
simple
let's
and
say if I
functional.
put a Pikachu out of it, how does
Yeah.
it? It will be unique. It will be
Yeah,
unique. But
maybe
again,
you'll have a limited market for it, Anmol. You'll have probably teenage girls or school girls will buy it from
right,
you. Yeah, who would like cute stuff, and probably soon you will increase the waste dump in the dump yard because so
right,
once those girls grow up and they grow out this thing, they'll throw it in the garbage, and soon everybody will see it lying on the side of the road. So this is
right.
what happens to the unique stuff. So let's come down to what the figures say. Like what should be done exactly. Like so. Anmol, I'll let you take the lead. What should people do? Or let's begin with actually a slight figure. Uh, if you
Yeah, I have a full list of it in my phone, guys. Don't worry, I have a lot of data stored here. You just
so
ask. I
yeah,
will
if
tell
you
you.
if we go by the report by Nielsen, almost 59% of the consumers they prefer to buy products from brands that they actually know,
Right, and
right?
brands they know and the products they are familiar with
The familiarity is the keyword out
is the
here,
key.
right? So the brands need to first of all, yes. So this is shift your focus to from which is what is not important, that is USP,
Right,
to what is more important, what is the basic of all is that start working on your
right.
brand loyalty. Why
And
should
in
people
this, I
come to
will
you?
say, like one, going back to the example of momos.
Hmm.
So when I was in a recent keynote, so people were talking about healthy momos, gluten-free momos, and whatnot. You know, so
Yeah.
let's take an example. I am in Dehradun right now. I am getting the authentic Tibetan taste of momos, and now
Hmm.
I come to Bangalore. Ashwin takes me and takes me. Why I will get you healthy momos, gluten-free momos? What?
भाई मैं यार मैं अनमोल it I'm fanatic, I'm a more fanatic.
Exactly.
Anmol knows Anmol, you can paste my picture that you have me eating momos at
Yes,
Kalsang
I
in
can post that
Dehradun.
picture.
I love momos, and you Anmol, and the audience who's been watching me, that I was 20 kilos more when we started this
Right.
podcast. So I know what Anmol is talking about, or he is trying to taunt me about healthy eating, healthy momos. So even though I'm on a healthy diet, I will not eat healthy momos. I'm not
Exactly. That is
yeah,
the thing that Brad needs to take care of because
yes. Even if I have to eat healthy, I would not be eating momos.
exactly.
Right? मैं दाल पी रहा हूँ. I'll be eating salads.
Right.
मैं घर पे खीरा खा रहा हूँ. मैं यार वेंचो sorry, pardon my French again. Why would I spend money on something that is tasteless? I mean, I like
Exactly.
unhealthy. If I have to eat
Tasteless,
tasty, I'll eat
frozen.
unhealthy stuff.
I
Right?
will rather go to a theli and buy fresh ones.
Exactly. So, I mean, see, for me, healthy is fresh, hot. That is healthy.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so let's keep momos real. Let that be the word of the day. Let's keep momos real. Let's not
Yes, let's
experiment
keep
with.
momos real.
Let's not ruin a very good thing.
Exactly, and
Po-
this is if you see, like, people are doing this with everything. Yeah,
hmm.
recently I went to Barbie Nation for the bikers night at Harley Davidson. So
Right.
our typical chaat papadi, how much we love it.
Okay.
These
Yeah.
guys at Barbecue Nation have reinvented chaat papadi. They just
Don't
put
tell
two
me.
patli patli papadi there with the green sauce and the red sauce
It
and call
is
it chaat
fine
papadi.
dine.
Yeah, it's fine dine. And I was like, bro, what is this? I will go
Again,
out of
pardon my French. Benchod, chaat papdi is not fine dine,
fine dine, right?
and it is coming to you from a hotelier. It
Right.
is not fine dine. So
These
why would
brands needs
you?
to understand what they are doing.
Yeah, why would you put papdi chaat as a fine dine dish? No, it cannot be a fine dine.
Exactly. It has to look like chaat papdi rather
Yes,
than looking
anybody
like
who
a.
loves papdi chaat, they will kill you if you make it turn it into a fine dine
I
dish.
wanted to personally kill that guy who made it.
Yes.
When I saw it in my plate, I said, "Bro, what is this? Where is bhalla? Where is everything?" He
Huh.
said that this is what we serve.
Then don't call it papdi chaat.
Uh-huh.
No, call it some other crap, crackers and shit like that. It is not papdi chaat.
It is not
Let's.
published.
The point is, let's not try because once you start trying to be unique,
That's when you do.
once you start trying to be anything, that is when you kill it. It becomes very obvious, and people are not stupid. They know that you're trying, and when you try too hard for something, it starts showing and you look desperate.
And you look desperate and you destroy your own market.
Yes, it is like you start liking a girl, and you start acting silly to in front of her to
Exactly.
impress her, and then that girl eventually starts making fun of you because you look funny
Yeah.
while
And she will
impressing
move
her.
on to another boy who is confident, who is authentic, who is unique,
Authentic, unique. Yeah, who doesn't give a shit? Like
who
those
doesn't need
guys.
chaat papdi patli patli with the green
Patli,
sauce.
patli. Yeah, he eats his proper papri chaat.
And there is an
He
interesting
eats
fact.
proper maida wala momos.
Yeah. And there is an
So
interesting fact I was researching as you have the data pointers as well. According to Salesforce, 66% of the consumers across the world expect companies to understand their needs and expectations. So, what we just told you, it all
the
boils down to
first
this
the
statement.
first word was that people want familiarity, and second is the Anmol. Say it again.
Authenticity,
Authenticity,
familiarity, authenticity, these are the two
familiarity.
most important things.
First two most important
Like,
words.
one more example, like one of my favorites, to give our audience an insight.
Hmm.
A few of the Harley Davidson bikes that they tried to copy from other sports bike brand, they failed miserably. Why? How
Yeah.
we see a Harley, that sound,
Exactly. I mean, look at even, or if you look at Royal Enfield.
Royal Enfield,
Yeah, I mean, yes. Why Royal Enfield is successful, but they are being honest to their
the Indian audience.
genre.
Yeah,
They're not deviating from it. On the other
exactly.
hand, Royal Enfield, sorry, Harley Davidson, they try to do other things and become something else. No, I
They try
mean
to become everything. Like if you see,
everything.
I was seeing there how their sales dropped. So they got into the EV segment, they got into bicycles, they got into whatnot, and that is
Yeah.
why their sales dropped because that authentic American dream died in that brand. But now they are trying to rebuild because they have.
So what happens is obviously you don't gain new audience, or probably new audience. You probably break away a few of them, but your original audience starts getting disappointed in you.
Exactly. Like
So
today, I will give you an example. I was at the dealership and I gave my bike for a few checkups. So this new 2024 touring street light and road light, which bikes are about 40-50 lakhs. They just came to the showroom yesterday and today they are sold out already in front of me. There were two guys who came in. They look at the bikes, they bought it, and then the bikes were out. Like it was a show like that. You can imagine 40 lakhs of
right,
bikes. So everything sells. You need to understand your audience. That is what we just told in all of this conversation. And your
right.
brand also matters. Like if you started selling momos, then be stick to that. There is an
Stick to that.
audience.
Yeah, so that's why you're solidifying your brand comes into pictures, right? So brand recognition. You start. How do you? where does brand recognition come from? Like, your brand has to stand for something, right? So like Anmol and I, we always give example of hotels that don't have a brand, they have a logo. Why? Because I mean, you can't tell a hotel by its logo, right? I mean, you can
Exactly.
enter, you can enter any of the hotel. It smells the same, looks the same. Uh, at the end of the day, their brand is just a logo.
The
But
brand is.
a brand, on the other hand, like Harley or Royal
Right.
Enfield or Nike, these are brands because once I say this, you get a picture of what we are talking about,
Right.
what they stand for. Do you know, not just the product, you can actually visualize the kind of person that uses that product.
Right.
So that is
And
what.
even one more example that our audience will relate with, Samsung has recently become one of the best smartphone seller,
Hmm.
and people are now going bonkers and saying that Apple is losing its charm and everything. But it's not like that. It's just Samsung has gotten its sales, but the audience for Apple remains the same. Like
Exactly.
that solidifying your brand.
Yeah,
If I
because
am
I
now
mean, look
looking
at it.
to
No, like, I remember when iPhone was already in the market, and Samsung was trying to imitate iPhone. So iPhone had only one product and one range of product, and you could tell, okay, this is what an iPhone range looks like. On the
right,
other hand, Samsung was doing anything and everything. there,
they are
there
still
was
doing the
this
same.
Galaxy as well. Then there was this Samsung Ace as well that was coming out. Then there was
Yes,
Samsung cameras that were coming out. Smart cameras. I'm talking going back in time, in 10 years back when
and still
smartphones
they're
start.
doing
Yeah, and
anything and
and
everything.
they're doing anything and everything. So, bec- I mean, this is where you lose your brand identity. So, this is, I mean, like I said, brand identity, brand. What is brand? Brand actually should define your persona,
Exactly.
not just the product persona, but it should define your user persona as well.
Exactly, and it helps. Like if I see another Apple user, I know who this guy is. What is he doing? He's
Right.
not doing something in life. It is that perception that has been
Correct.
created by the brand.
Correct.
If another guy rides a Royal Enfield, I know that
Hmm.
what this guy is. There is a perception that is created among the audience as well.
Hmm. So, and next most important thing after the brand, brand obviously, like, brand is a great power, and with great powers come great responsibilities. So what is the responsibility? The customer experience that most of us have to pay attention to. And any good brand, everyone says, why iPhone is just expensive. No, how does iPhone capture or captivates its user? Anmol would know, I would know, we are Apple users, and we can't just break away from it because of the entire customer experience that this
Yeah,
brand comes with.
the best example is their support system.
Hmm.
If I have an issue,
And Anmol
even if
never
I'm
gets
not
tired
having
of
anything,
telling his Apple experience. He's
right,
been
right.
loving it ever since he became an Apple user.
Exactly, exactly. Before that, I used to think Android is good. Of course,
Hmm.
Android has its own market, but once you become an Apple user, the experience that they give, because let's say today your phone is out of warranty, but you are facing some issue, you can always contact Apple support and they are here to help you. With other
Right.
companies, this is not there. With other companies, this is the major problem. Once you are out of warranty, they won't entertain you. They will
Hmm.
either see you by extended warranty or all of those things. In Apple, they are at least here to support you. You can first talk to them if your issue get resolved online, like Dell. Similar thing Dell has done with their experience.
Correct.
Why I say that Dell
Any
is
good brand, as a matter of
any
fact.
good
I
brand.
mean, you talk about Harley. You're a Harley
Yeah,
user
Harley.
as well now. I mean, why do you like Harley? The service.
The service is
I,
great.
I can't say the same thing about my Royal Enfield bike. Their service is pathetic, but they made it a point to train every mechanic on the
Yes.
roadside to give that service. So they had a different strategy altogether. But I don't know if that is a strategy or not. But that has worked in their favor.
Yeah, it has
Uh,
worked. Anyone can
but
fix a Royal Enfield easily.
yeah, anyone can fix a Royal Enfield. It's an easy bike to fix. It's a naked bike. Same thing with Harley. Even the US. I mean, anyone can fix
Yeah, in
a
US,
Harley.
I recently also I didn't told you about this. When I went to Gurugram recently for my trip, so I met this guy who is a Harley certified engineer. He's a technical expert. He has more than
Hmm.
15 years of experience in modifying engines, even making custom parts for the engine. So let's say today
Wow.
you own a Harley which is 1200 cc. He's the guy who can make it 2000 cc. He can
Hmm.
customize it to that level. He has that capacity. Of course, I am just giving an example. So 1200 he has converted to 1500 because that there is some technical engine specification, the amount of power
Right,
it
right,
can
right.
make.
He bored it more.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that guy he showed me some custom parts. A bike which is 114 Milwaukee, he can make it 121 Milwaukee just by replacing some parts on it. So you can
Right.
imagine the
Yep.
kind of experience Harley is giving, you know. And also, there is some statistics about this PwC. The four P's are giants. They
Hmm.
say that 73% of consumers say a good experience is key in influencing their brand loyalties. So why someone will stick to Apple, why someone will stick to Harley, why someone will stick to Dell, because of this reason. Now, personally, I started to use Apple, but for my team, I always recommend them
It's
that
always the customer experience. So I mean, you can't break away. I mean, you can't do stupid shit and do away with. Yes, you want to do all that jazz. That is fine, but get the basics right.
get
So
the
these are the
basic.
basics. Like you need to have your brand loyalty, but and to get the brand loyalty, your customer experience should be great. Your product should be great, and then coming down to you have to create a niche for yourself. You have to come out as an expert in your field. Like
Right.
when you say Harley, Harley knows its bike. When you say Royal Enfield, then Royal Enfield knows its bike.
Yes.
Triumph knows its bike. iPhone, Apple knows
Apple knows what they are doing.
what they are doing. So, or when you come to services, I mean, if you talk about it now, let's come down to the hotels. Why does someone go to a Taj? Why does someone go to a Marriott? Why? Because they know. I mean, why does do these brands stand out? Because they know if I go enter these hotels, I will be taken care of. I enter a Hilton hotel. I know I'll be taken care of.
Right.
I have a certain set of needs that will be taken care of over there. So any of these famous brands, they stand out because of the faith that they have instilled in their customer about their services that or the product that they're providing. They are experts in that field, and you can't beat them. And just you think that you will come into the picture with something which has horns on its head, and you will think you will stand out in the market. No, the customer is not that stupid.
Yeah. Nobody is
So
that stupid these days. Everyone does their own research.
everybody does that research. Everything is well. I mean, the best example is the food farmer.
Yeah, food farmer.
He
The
he
guy has
he
nailed the whole
He's
industry
nailed it. He is encouraging you to read the ingredients,
labels.
the labels. So
Yes.
read the label. India label padhega. So
And
I'm a
that
big
captain
fan
has
of that.
gone to such extent that now everyone is talking about reading the labels.
Everyone is talking about it. He started it, and everybody is talking about it. I mean, definitely he's not the one, but he's the first one in India. There were the people who were doing it abroad before him, but he brought that trend to India, and he became really successful.
Right.
And I think this is and he stood out in his own way. But
Yes.
if you want to stand out, you need to do something like that. And then there are a lot of people who started imitating him. So they're not being unique, but they're creating their own niche in that way. So again, you don't have to be unique, but you have to do the right stuff. People are listening to
Right.
food farmer as well, but then there are other people also. People are listening to them as well because they're talking the right stuff.
Yes.
Right. So at the end of the day, the product that you're giving, the information that you're giving, so product as in if you are into product, if you are into information, like when you are talking about something, you should be giving the right information to people. So
Exactly, because
that's when
people are
people
not
will
fools. Someday or the
hear you
other,
out.
they will realize what you are
Correct.
exactly doing. For
So
a few days, the game can go on, but one day they will realize, and that's where I think the point of leveraging social proof and referrals comes in.
like Bob Marley says, you can fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time, right?
Right.
So that's the entire story. So you can fool a few people. Like I got fooled on by this website called Ibadzi, and I bought this Bluetooth speaker which said they were selling JBL speaker. Then they sent me duplicate speaker, but I was stupid enough to buy. I got fooled, but I know better. But
Right.
yeah, well, once I put the comment like that, website shut down, and there were other people like me who got fooled as well. So yes, some people get fooled once, but then fool you once, fool you twice.
Someday or the other, your brand will stop if you are
Right,
fooling people. You
right.
need
No,
to be
so don't
authentic. You need to make your brand
be
present.
honest. So this is where the transparency come in picture. A good brand has transparency,
And what
right?
Ashwin just said, I will tell you the facts. There is a research firm named as Bright Local that found out 91% of the consumers,
Hmm.
91%, a number that matters, before making an purchase. It's a really interesting fact. And you need to also note that 84% trust them as much as personal recommendations.
Hmm.
So earlier it was referral, like me telling to Ashwin. Now Ashwin will believe a review that he sees online and he finds authentic, because now customers can even make out what is a fake review and what is a genuine review. On Amazon, it used to be a trend earlier that you can.
So basic point is, if you are not being transparent, people can still see through you. So
Yes,
so they, what they want to see is whether you are being transparent or not. They can
right,
see through your bullshit, but they want to see whether you are bullshitting or not bullshitting. Are
right,
you honest enough or not? So stay away from the bullshit. Stay transparent. Give good products. Come out as an expert in your field, and get your retain your loyal customers. Stay true to them. Basically, stick to what you stand for. Don't
right,
start doing anything and everything, because that's where your customers will get disappointed. So suppose if Royal Enfield starts competing with Hero Honda, starts making bikes like Splendor,
splendor.
a guy like me or Anmol will stop even looking towards Royal Enfield.
Right,
Why would we? I mean, so Royal Enfield has its own target audience. So basically just cut the bullshit. USP is a good thing to have, but before that you need to get your basics right. Right, and more.
right, exactly. If let's say tomorrow, if Harley Davidson start to make bikes like KTM, it will fail miserably.
Right. So on that note, we
I
must.
think we have covered most of the aspects of our podcast.
Right. So guys, stay true and
Stay
stay real.
tuned for more episodes, and
Don't
with
forget to
this
like, share,
episode,
subscribe.
make your brand more authentic. If you are trying to scam people, I am telling you right now, beware. Customer is now,
Your customer is the king,
yeah,
and the king will put you
customer.
down.
So thank you so much, our loyal listeners, for watching in. As you guys know, we have been trying to be authentic for the last 46 episodes, and again, we did the same thing in episode 47. And we'd like you to show some love by making some engagement on this episode in the comment section, and also do share it with your friends who would like to, cross the obstacle that their brand is facing. And yeah,
You can
thank you
always
so much
get
for
in
watching,
touch
and
with
we'll be back again.
Crobstacle. Crobstacle
Yes.
is always there for you. We are transparent, we are real,
Yeah.
and we know our target
That's what
audience.
we like to do. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.